lot of folks got concerned when the YMCA closed, and the Y really never closed. We took this opportunity to look internally and make sure that we were addressing some of the community needs that were really facing us very early on in this pandemic. And just couldn't be more proud of our staff and our volunteers as that work started.
There's no other organization that exists in our community that provides these services for those that are in need, particularly the whole family.
I started volunteering when we went into lockdown in March. It gave me something to do that felt good.
I just really care about what the Y does.
The reason I volunteer for the Y is during quarantine, lots of people are struggling.
There's definitely more need now.
The Y essentially had to lay off most of their employees, close their gyms, but instead of just waiting until the pandemic was over, they took action.
Particularly those that are experiencing food insecurities, those who are essential workers that need child care.
Economic issues, health issues, family issues.
I applaud the YMCAs, not just ours here in Western North Carolina, but across the nation, because they were truly like our first responders.
One of those problems has to do with nutrition in a lot of families because many kids are not in school.
And being really the support that the community needed to provide all of that free of charge, no questions asked.
They don't get those meals that the school provides for them.
I know that made a big impact for underserved families.
Any little place that we can help out, it's really important.
I walk a lot. So I don't have a car, so coming here helps me out a lot.
With all the things we don't know going on in the world, it's nice to continue to have food.
But you don't know what's going to happen from day to day, so this helps a lot.
I do love the Y's diabetes prevention program. I am in that population that is in risk to have diabetes. My husband has diabetes, so I have seen firsthand, the things that it does. Maybe, my body just needs me to treat it better.
I've been going to the Y for about 16 years, so I grew up with it, and it's just been a part of my life for a long time.
I think I've weathered this whole COVID pretty well, but then when I came back and people started coming back and I started seeing friends again, I could tell I needed them.
There's a story that came out early in our work after we had closed our facilities, and recognizing that the isolation that our older population was dealing with was much more critical than maybe we were even giving some consideration to. And I heard the story of an elderly member who would come to the Y every morning after having breakfast downtown. This was after he had lost his wife, and showed up at our Y, not to come in our facility, but to sit in our parking lot and have his breakfast, because that's the time where he was connecting with his buddies and his friends.
And I needed them to be back. I needed to be back. I didn't realize that I was suffering like everybody else until I came back.
When we found this out, we checked on him and made sure everything was okay, but he just responded that, no, this is where I need to be. And that says everything for us. So to this gentleman who spends his mornings with us out in the parking lot, who needed a place to be, my message to you is we're going to be that place. When we come out of this, we're going to be stronger. We're going to be, I think, more attentive to the needs of our community and the needs of people who sometimes find themselves alone and find themselves looking for a safe place.
Well, they were hurting with the Y not being open, but they were doing classes online, Zoom classes. The Y was feeding, the children in the neighborhood, so the Y was active. So people had opportunities to be active.
It's helped me get my energy back up and helped me kind of reintegrate myself to being around people.
The fact that we can come here and actually work out and have exercise classes is absolutely wonderful for all of us.
And just afterwards, I feel 100% better.
And yes, during these few months that we have been doing it, I had lost, I think, around 30 pounds. It's a little milestone for where I need to be, but it's a big milestone at the same time.
For the next 131 years, we can commit to making sure that the YMCA is strong. And with your support and your belief in who we are as an organization, I'm convinced that we will be able to do that in the years to come.